On October 1st, 2015, the Spanish government promulgated a law which enables Sephardic Jews to obtain Spanish citizenship. The program lasts only for 3 years. We help people obtain a Sephardic heritage certificate, which they can use when applying to become a citizen of Spain. Individuals who wish to obtain this citizenship have to go through a series of steps very quickly. They need an intermediate level of Spanish, and they need to pass background checks of the state and the federal level, and they also have to prove their heritage, that they are genuinely Sephardi, or that one of their ancestors was persecuted by the Inquisition. And that's where we come in. We are able to help individuals whose families left Judaism, who either became crypto-Jewish or whose families openly embraced Catholicism. And we can help them certify their heritage through genealogy, through family customs, through something called a name report. And when they have accumulated enough evidence, then they apply to us, and we read through their applications and either accept or reject them. People scan in their documents, and they send them to us through our website. So we don't physically hold anybody's precious family possessions, but we're still able to see so many of them. So we've seen photographs from the 19th century, wedding pictures, snapshots of relatives from far away. We've seen beautiful ketubas. So what happens after you receive a certificate of Sephardic heritage? Well, you still have to pass an intermediate level Spanish exam, a civics test, which is a citizenship test. You have to have your background checks, and you have to travel to Spain to sign in front of a notario. And after that process, then it takes a year, and the Spanish government reviews your documentation. And if that is all okay, then you go to your local consulate, for whatever region you live in the world, and you swear allegiance to the King of Spain and become a citizen of Spain. So far, we have accepted about 700 people, about 200 from Venezuela, 200 from Mexico, and about 300 mostly from the United States, but also for individuals all over the world. We've seen an incredible spectrum of experiences, from maintaining Judaism to others who left Judaism and ended up either in New Mexico or in Peru or in Mexico. We see B'nai Converso and B'nai Anusim, which are considered two different groups. B'nai Converso, after 5 generations, are considered to be Christian, meaning that they openly embraced Christianity and were comfortable with the faith and stopped being Jewish. Versus B'nai Anusim, who are individuals who maintain Jewish practice in secret past 5 generations. And we see both groups significantly. But for the ones where it's deeply personally meaningful, they are all of the B'nai Anusim community. So yesterday, I received an application from Russia, from a woman who lives in St. Petersburg. And she attached her grandmother and great-grandmother's documents. And what was interesting in one of her identity papers was that it said for ethnicity as Ladina and not Jewish. And of course, there's lots and lots and lots of New Mexicans. Overwhelmingly, New Mexicans whose ancestors have been here for 400 years have someone in their past who's Jewish. But we see 2 different kinds of groups in New Mexico. We see individuals with just a few crypto-Jewish ancestors, and those with their entire family tree is crypto-Jewish or converso. So we work with one genealogist who can generally prepare a 300-page genealogy for almost all people who have New Mexican heritage. And that's why, in fact, we were asked to do this work, because New Mexican history and genealogy is so clear. The records have been maintained across the centuries in the Catholic Church, and that has helped establish descent in a very, very clear and easy way. And in that respect, New Mexicans are very unusual. So I'd like to tell you about another applicant we had, one of our first applicants. He's from Puerto Rico. And he returned to Judaism on his own, maybe 15 years ago. At first, he told me the experiences of his mother and his grandmother and the family. They never ate pork. He began to realize these were Jewish customs. And so eventually he joined a synagogue and converted to Judaism. And then he also produced the Inquisition documents from his ancestors. And that's what we find. We find with very strong stories, very clear family customs and traditions, is that there is a pretty straight line to Inquisition records. These stories really have been furthered the idea that, when a family maintains traditions and its oral history, that there is a documentation behind it somewhere.